To the United Nations, Nikki Haley, fresh off a trip to Taiwan. We'll talk about that. Great to see you, Ambassador.
Great to be with you.
Your thoughts about Prime Minister Netanyahu. There are thousands in the street wanting those hostages back under enormous pressure, even from the U.S. What should his stance be?
He remembers what Hamas said, which is when given the opportunity, they're going to do it again. He wants to eliminate Hamas. It's the right thing. We need to bring the hostages home. But look at what's happening, whether it's Jordan, whether it's Lebanon, whether we're seeing what's happening in Gaza or what they're doing with these hostages. Let's remember who's right and who's wrong. Israel didn't start this. Hamas started this. Israel needs to end it.
They need to finish the job. Do you believe that we're holding back weapons has hurt their ability to prosecute this war?
Absolutely. When I was there a couple of months ago, that's the biggest issue. They just need us to support. They're not asking for our military. They're just saying, give us the weapons we need so that we can eliminate Hamas. And remember, they're fighting our enemies. So we need to help them do that.
And it would be great to hear that rhetoric. Also, Iran's the problem. You mentioned that we've had 2 assassination attempts were thwarted here, one of which is on you. Yes. They're targeting you, too. They're targeting Mike Pompeo. They're targeting Donald Trump. Where is the pushback? And they also had a cyber attack on the Trump campaign.
The FBI sat me down during my campaign and said they knew there was election meddling that was coming from Iran. I mean, you look at all the foreign actors that are invading us through multiple ways, whether it's Iran, whether it's Russia, whether it's China, whether it's North Korea now to a certain extent. And we are sitting ducks just letting it happen. We've got to do something about that. The one thing is Biden never should have lifted the sanctions on Iran. Why it is taking him so long to put them back is unforgivable.
It's almost as if he doesn't care. He stays all the time on the beach. He does spend a lot of time on the beach. But I also want to talk about this election. You made it clear before you left, as hard as you campaigned and as direct as you were against former President Trump, you called him up and said, I'll help any way I can. And you will endorse him. You'll vote for him. So you're waiting for that call. Liz Cheney's the other way, a conservative Republican who says, I'm not only not going to support him, I'm going to vote for Harris. And she was upset with your stance. Let's listen.
Even when she stopped running, almost a third of Republican voters were looking for an alternative to Trump and voting for Nikki Haley. She's now saying that she is, quote, on standby to campaign for Donald Trump. She's also, of course, called him unhinged, unqualified.
I can't understand her position on this in any kind of a principled way. I think that, you know, the things that she said, that she made clear when she was running in the primary, those things are true. Casting a vote for Donald Trump or writing someone in means that you've made the decision in too many instances that so many elected Republicans have made, which is to abandon the Constitution.
Your reaction to her reaction?
I respect her decision, but she can't say my decision is not principled. It actually is. We can either vote based on style or we can vote on substance. I'm voting based on substance. I'm looking at the fact we can't live the next 4 years like we did the last 4 years. This is no contest. Harris raised taxes. Trump reduced taxes. Harris wants to stop any energy production. Trump built it up. Harris is weak on national security. Trump was strong on national security. Harris has allowed the border to be infiltrated by 8 million people. Trump was much harder on the border. This is about my family. This is about America. These are about issues. We should be very clear. If you don't like him, say you don't like him. But you can't say that his policies are worse than Kamala Harris's. That's just not a fact.
So you obviously don't take that personal, and it's about the country. Will you go to the point where you appear on stage with him at rallies? Because there's a huge, I think there's a sizable portion of the, especially in the primary, you proved it, that support you only.
I've made it clear to him a couple of things. One, that he needs to go out and ask for the vote of conservative and moderate Republicans, suburban women, independents, conservative Democrats. This is going to be a tight election. He needs to go say, I need your vote. And the second thing is, I'm on standby. I'm happy to be helpful. I don't want to see Kamala Harris win. He's the candidate. He can decide whether he needs my support or not.
But you would do it.
Absolutely.
You would go on stage. Why do you think Kamala Harris has a 14-point lead in the gender gap among women?
I think it's because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance need to change the way they speak about women. You don't need to call Kamala dumb. She didn't get this far, just by accident. She's here. That's what it is. She's a prosecutor. You don't need to go and talk about intelligence or looks or anything else. Just focus on the policies. When you call even a Democrat woman dumb, Republican women get their backs up, too. The bottom line is we win on policies. Stick to the policies, leave all the other stuff. That's how he can win.
Prediction, not what you hope. Prediction tomorrow night. What do you think? How do you think it's going to go?
She's a prosecutor. I think she'll do well. He's a good debater. I think he'll do well. The goal is neither one of them can afford a mistake.
All right. That's true. We'll have to think about for 90 minutes with just 2 breaks.
Yes.
Ambassador, great to see you in person.
Good
or
to
Governor.
see you again. Thank
Both.
you.
Absolutely.